And what I'm suggesting is not easy to do. Most people do not do it. That's why they're walking around bulldozing over people with their pain and don't even know it. I'm not judging them because I understand how difficult it was. If it was easy, we'd all be doing it and living with rainbows, gumdrops, and bluebirds. That's how we live. But we don't live like that because it's hard. It's hard because the world is indoctrinating us to be something that we were not meant to be. We are born love, pure love. And if we embrace that love and share that love and fight hate and fear with love, it's contagious. And the same with the fear and the hate is contagious. Because right now we have a pandemic of hate and fear and ignorance and a lack of critical thinking. It's disgusting what we're doing to each other. When we can do this, take the same effort and turn it into love. And the only way to do that is to face the fact that you are enough, you were born enough, and you are destined to fill the world with yourself. Let's pause a moment and stop this endless race of proving ourselves and instead embrace the truth that we are already enough. Let's talk about it. So much of what we do each day, consciously and unconsciously, is driven by a deep-rooted belief that we aren't quite good enough as we are. We chase accomplishments and relationships and approval from our family, from our community, from our bosses, from our jobs, from the society, all in an attempt to fill this empty void. But in reality, this chase takes us further from our authentic selves, and in doing so, we deny the incredible person we already are. Every time we try to conform to external expectations or fit into some societal mode, we are in a subtle argument with the very universe and higher power that shaped us. By constantly seeking validation from others, we betray our own truth. We're running from ourselves, hoping that someday we'll arrive at a place where we finally feel like we are enough. But that day never comes because the belief that we are not enough keeps pushing fulfillment further and further into the future. I don't mean to simplify this concept. It takes a lifetime, right? We're not going to do it in one video, in one workshop, in one declaration. Self-acceptance is about personal growth, learning, self-forgiveness, understanding, empathy, compassion for ourselves, and being who we are, and seeing how we fit in the glory of the universe that we were born into. No matter how humble or how glamorous, our lives are our lives. So I pray we all have contentment so that we can find a place where self-acceptance is the rule. The world is full of people seeking validation from others who themselves are also seeking validation for the same thing. So this person wants acceptance for that person, who wants acceptance from that person, from them, and we're all seeking acceptance of someone else. In this quest for validation, we often cling to relationships, social groups, jobs, and situations that do not serve us. When we stop searching for external approval, we tap into an infinite well of joy, love, and freedom that has always been within us. Like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, we're already home. We were home all along. The fear of being alone is a powerful force that can drive many of us to stay in unhealthy situations. The need to belong, to feel connected, can lead us to sacrifice our authenticity, losing pieces of ourselves. It's important to realize that contentment doesn't come from being surrounded by people or having the approval of others. True contentment comes from within. You can have hundreds of friends, tons of money, thousands of followers, and still feel incredibly alone. Because no amount of external validation can fill the void if we haven't already embraced the fullness of who we are. We must stop chasing and start embracing the present moment, being fully immersed in who we are right now without the need for change or validation. Social interaction can be joyful and fulfilling, but we must differentiate between connecting with others out of choice and depending on others for our worth. There's a big difference, and the difference can have a profound impact on us. We are enough as we are, and our worth is not contingent upon anyone else's approval. Your life is not a sentence, it's a choice, and you have the power to redesign it any way that you wish. Now let's be real, transformation isn't always comfortable. In fact, it's rarely comfortable. It shouldn't be comfortable. If you're not feeling at least a little scared or uncomfortable, you're probably not living big enough. Comfort is often the enemy of progress. Stepping forward despite the fear, despite the anxieties, despite the voices, you're moving forward anyway. Through the discomfort. You are the author of your life. No one else can write your story for you. You are enough as you are, your quirks, your flaws, your imperfections, your passions, all of it. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of success or happiness. In fact, it's in embracing your imperfections that you find true strength. Alvin Ailey used to say, the most important thing about your dancing is you. And I'm telling you, the most important thing about your life is you. The world needs you, and not some idealized version of you, but the real you with all of your unique gifts, talents, and passions. So take the leap. Embrace the fear as your fuel. Take those haters and let them inspire you, and remember that you are enough exactly as you are, and you have always been. Everything is within you to create a life that's not only meaningful to you, but leaves a lasting impact on the world around you. This is big, people. It's big to truly own who you are, accepting all of your stuff, even the stuff you don't like. Trust me, there are things about me that annoy me every day that I wish weren't there, but they are there, and I have to accept that that is the life that I have. I have to accept that that is me, and the life that I have is a result of accepting those things about myself, and to move forward despite my fear, despite the haters, despite the things that challenge you and get in your way. You don't fight them, you don't run from them, you walk with them. You walk with those challenges and make them a part of your story. And what I'm suggesting is not easy to do. Most people do not do it. That's why they're walking around bulldozing over people with their pain and don't even know it. I'm not judging them because I understand how difficult it was. If it was easy, we'd all be doing it and living with rainbows, gumdrops, and bluebirds. That's how we live. But we don't live like that because it's hard. It's hard because the world is indoctrinating us to be something that we were not meant to be. We are born love, pure love. And if we embrace that love and share that love and fight hate and fear with love, it's contagious. And the same with the fear and the hate is contagious, because right now we have a pandemic of hate and fear and ignorance and a lack of critical thinking. It's disgusting what we're doing to each other when we can do this, take the same effort and turn it into love. And the only way to do that is to face the fact that you are enough, you were born enough, and you are destined to fill the world with yourself. In whatever humble way that means something to you. Don't let anyone decide, not me, not anyone, tell you how to live your life. These are suggestions for you to think about and consider to make the life that you want. We have the power. I know we don't have our resources. We are losing our rights as people. All of that may be true, and there is enough love in the world to turn this around, but it starts with ourselves. If you don't think that you're worthy enough to love yourself, then why would anyone else love you, and why does the world think anything about you? You have to love whatever, whoever, whyever you are, because without the love of ourselves and the acceptance of ourselves, everything else in the world means nothing, because our life happens in our heads. How we see, hear, feel, taste, touch the world is the life that we have. We decide how we interpret that stuff. Otherwise, the world will tell us that we're crap, that we're worthless, and we're not enough. Our lives will unfold accordingly, and it's not true. Do not believe that mess. That's how they make money. That's how they keep power. And that's how we click and subscribe and this and that and the other. And please subscribe, by the way. That's how the world works. And despite all of that stuff, it's the love of people, the celebration of each other and our uniqueness, and the love of ourselves that makes the difference. But you have to work purposely towards it. If you don't, we will disintegrate. Because there was a time we were blind, we didn't know. There was a time we didn't understand, but now we know better. We know the world is small and it's beautiful and it's full of unique, amazing people. Yes, they may be different. They may look different, talk different, wear different clothing, believe different things, but we're human. One tribe, one planet, one world. And we have to do our part by accepting ourselves and accepting others. Because the hate you have for yourself and the self-loathing, and I have my share of it, believe me, is the same hate and loathing that's happening in the world. We can shift that around by taking a look in the mirror and loving whatever looks back at us. I am really daring you to try to do this in a way that is void of judgment and full of adventure. I wish that for you. Okay, I've got more videos and playlists. Check them out. More to come. I'll see you there.